What up everybody, it's AJ and welcome back to more Satisfactory here, and in this one we are going to be working on making our massive factory here in order to produce industrial encased beams, or encased industrial beams, that's actually what they are, and I'm going to be making them over in this general area that I have laid out earlier in the previous video, in this island over here where I have pure oil. Then this is where I'm going to be planning the oil factory as well as the encased steel beams. Those will be right there. I spelt steel wrong. Whoops. There we go. Encased steel beams. So that's going to be right there. And the goal is I want to try to make it 10 per minute. That's going to be the goal. So I have the calculations already planned out. I have exactly what I need in order to do everything. We have iron right here. We have limestone right here. And then we have coal right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start heading on over there. I'm going to make sure I have all of the cement and the plates in my inventory so I can start to build my massive factory. So this is going to be quite the build, and I hope you guys are looking forward to this. Alright, this is that huge flat land that we discovered in the last video. So this is where I'm going to place my building layout. So let's go ahead and just start laying out all the foundations and everything like that. First thing I need to do is actually just try to get some flat, like a ramp going up so I know where everything's just going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and build this foundation and show you guys the layout, at least for one of the bottom floors, and then we're just going to build up from there. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Alright, so this is my foundation for my encased industrial beams. So I usually do 3x3 or like like a 9 block center, but I feel like I'm gonna need a lot more space, so I went ahead and did a 4x4 center. So there's 16 blocks that I can deal with in the center, and then of course the blue outside is for hallways. This is just to help me with placing the stairs going up to the floors above and knowing where to place them, and then also be able to walk around them. So this is just the beginning for the very first floor. So let's go ahead and just start to build up. And I believe I'm going to need at least 4 floors in order to get this to work, especially now that I have more space here in the center to work with. So this will be 4 floors instead of 5 that I usually do. So let's just continue to build up and see how this looks. All right, so here is the layout. 4 stories high with 4x4 on each layer and just stairs going up to each one. Pretty simple. Like I said, I really like doing these type of layouts, just going from the top down and funneling. So up above at the very top layer will be the foundries, and then we'll work our way down in order to make encased beams. So next order of business is to just try to get the necessary materials over here. And the way I calculated this is I'm going to need 120 coal, 120 iron ore, and 180 limestone coming here in order to make the designated amount of 10 encased steel beams per minute. So I already have them marked on the map. I just have to now get the designated miners and conveyor belts sent over here. So I got 2 normal limestone nodes. That's only going to be able to give me, I can do one with a Mach 2 and one with a Mach 1, and that'll give me 180. The pure coal, I just need to put a regular Mach 1 on there, and then the same thing for the pure iron ore. I just need a regular Mach 1 over there. So I need 3 Mach 1s and 1 Mach 2. But I also need to get the stuff for the conveyor belts. So let me go ahead and get that all situated, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Probably not. It's probably gonna be probably about an hour. All right. We finally got everything over to here. It took me a while. It took a lot of conveyor belts. As you can see over here, I have 3 conveyor belts of all the necessary materials coming in from very far distances. I didn't think it was that far, but it turns out it was pretty far. But I got it all over here. It just took a very long time. So the only things going in right now are the iron and the coal. 120 per minute going in to the very top right here. And then the stuff that's not going to be utilized yet is the 180 limestone right here. So I'm gonna have to figure that out later. That's gonna be coming in probably from a different angle, like on one of these other floors. And then we also got power over here as well, so I don't have to go back and forth trying to get everything situated. So now let me go ahead and figure out exactly what I need in order to get everything made, all the necessary manufacturing, production, and all that stuff, all the constructors, assemblers, you know the gist how this all goes. So let me go ahead and figure this all out real quick. All right, so I have done all the math, and I'm gonna need 6 constructors, 3 foundries, and 2 assemblers in order to get up to 10 encased steel beams per minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and start laying these all out, start connecting everything, and I'll show you guys the finished product and how everything is funneling, how I have everything split. I figured that's probably an easier way of showing everything instead of trying to do it as I'm building it, because I oftentimes, as I'm building, I make mistakes and I have to go back and editing and all that, and it just makes it a lot harder on myself. So I'm just going to show you guys the finished product and then show you how everything is being worked on and how it's being split. That way you guys have a better understanding of how everything is. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so my encased industrial beam factory is now complete. Everything is working at 100% efficiency, and I'm now able to make 10 per minute. And so let me go ahead and show you guys exactly how I did this, how I got this all set up and running. So this is in a 4-story high building, 4x4 layers just for space, and everything is just funneling down to the bottom floor into this container right here. There I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I got an arrow in my leg, or whatever that thing is, arrow in my knee. Anyway, yes, so right around here we have the 120 coal and the 120 iron coming in right here. And this is being all split into numerous ways because it's going into 3 foundries in order to get 120 steel ingots coming out. And so the way this is going pretty much is it's the same situation for both the coal and the iron, because it is 1-to-1 for when it comes to steel. So just bear in mind, what I'm about to say for iron is the exact same situation for coal, exact same splitting, how everything is. It's just all congested here because it has to like work its way through everything to get to these 3 foundries. But it's the same kind of layout, same kind of setup. So basically how it goes is right here, 120 goes into this splitter right here, 60 going out. We'll work our way to the left first. This 60 is going 30 this way and then 30 this way into a splitter, which becomes 15, and these 15 are being rejoined with the other iron coming from here, from the other 60 going this way, which then gets split 30, but they become 45 because of these 15. So these are just merging with the other stacks of 30, because these 2 foundries are working at 100% efficiency at 45 ores going into it. This one is underclocked to 66%, so that it's only making 30. So this one's making 30, while these 2 are making 45. So the reason why I have these split is just so that the other 15 can reacquaint itself with the 30 being split over here, going to both of those to become 45 going into these. So that's basically the gist. It's pretty simple. So that was going to the left, going to the right. This is 60 going this way, and then this is 30 going this way, and then the mergers of the other 15 coming in, and then the other 15 coming in, and then 45 going there, and then 45 going there, and then this one is getting the 30. So yeah, it's just the same thing for the coal. It's just coal is over here. I had to make it go a bit further, and then it does the same thing. It goes into this splitter. This splitter becomes 60 that way, 60 this way, and then this splitter sends it 30 that way, 30 that way. And then these are mergers right here, right before it enters the foundries. And then these 60 get split 30 that way, and then 30 into a splitter, 15, and then these are just merging over into the respective mergers right in front of each foundry to get the total of 120 steel ingots being merged into this merger right here, going down into the next floor. The next floor is pretty self-explanatory. To make the steel beams, it is literally just 60 ingots going into each constructor. So this is 120, 120, and then split 60, 60, and it's making it at a full 15 a pop of each steel beam. These are getting merged to become 30 steel beams coming down into here, and these are going all the way down to the bottom floor into the assembler. And then on this floor is for the concrete. So we have a input of 180 concrete coming in right here on a Mach 3 node going up to here onto this floor. And then this is just being split pretty simple, 90 90, and then 45 45 45 45, because that's all it takes to make concrete at 100% efficiency. And then these are getting merged together right here going down in order to make 60 concrete per minute going directly into this assembler, which is overclocked to be able to make 10 encased industrial beams per minute. Whew, alright, that was a lot. But I hope you guys understand how this all works, how I was able to get it all fixed. The most confusing thing that I had to really worry about was this right here. As you can tell, I mean, just look at that. That is just a lot of like overlapping and merging and splitting, but I got it to work. And I'm starting to get better when it comes to this and getting it all to function. Way better than how I managed to do the modular frames and all that. It's all starting to come together for me, and it's looking pretty good. And now I just really have to start to form the outside walls here to enclose this, because this is now done. And the next thing I'll be doing is right here, we're going to be building basically another type of factory similar to this, but for the oil, because I have the pure oil node right there. So this whole thing right here is going to be dedicated to oil and whatever I can make from it. I don't know exactly what I can make from it yet, but we're going to be working that way. So that's going to be in the next video, guys. I have an idea of what I want this to be looking like, because eventually I'm going to need to get all this material here to get put onto a train or something so that I can get it sent back to the main hub. But I have to unlock trains first. But I need an industrial beams, so it's just going to be a while. But we're working there. We're making progress. And yeah, I'm glad this worked out well. And I can't wait to see what's next, which we already know will be oil. So thanks again for watching. And if you have any tips or tricks, please feel free to comment down below in the comment section. I'll definitely be reading them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.